Welcome back to another 1,000 Pound Roomies recap. This is season 1, episode 4. If you missed any prior episode recaps, I'll link the entire playlist below so you can catch up. Now, let's get into the recap. Nisha drives Jazz to the ER and she lets them know that she is in an incredible amount of pain. So they do a bunch of blood work, they order a bunch of scans, and she was ultimately diagnosed with malnutrition.
Going to get a CAT scan. I'm losing blood with my blood going.
Oh my god, she was actually malnourished because she wasn't eating and with knee arthritis. They discharged her with pain medication and she's kind of frustrated because she feels like there was no solution to the problem. Like they just prescribed her pain pills and like got her out of there. They also told her she lost a lot of muscle mass from not eating enough protein. And someone in the comments talked about how because her muscles deteriorating from the lack of protein intake on the GLP-1s, her body simply cannot support all that weight like it did before.
He was like, "You're withering away." I'm really worried about my body breaking down.
Oh my God, a light went off in my head. I was like, that makes so much more sense. Even though she's losing weight, she's also losing all of her muscle. And therefore, even though she's a lesser weight, that weight can't be supported as much because she doesn't have any muscle. I get it now. Anyway, Nisha drives them both home and she reminds Jazz in the car to take a break from the shots like the doctor recommended. And Jazz seems very reluctant. She doesn't want to do it, but she's like, okay, I guess I should.
I'm worried about not being approved for this surgery. So now I feel like it's time you should go off your shot. Dr. Nori did say go off your shot for a little bit.
And in her confessional, she talks about how horrible the shots ended up being for Jazz. Like, yeah, she's been losing weight, but she's in so much pain. She has no energy. She's so tired. She's depressed all the time.
I definitely think that shot did permanent damage to her, like to her mentally and physically.
Now, I did a quick Google search and there were studies where some patients on a GLP-1 had increased depression and anxiety, especially if they already had them before starting a GLP-1. And I thought that was very interesting. But Jazz seems to be so laser focused on getting that approval for surgery. It's almost like she doesn't care what has to happen. Like even if she has to be a little bit more depressed for a little bit longer, more pain for a little bit long, she doesn't care. She just wants that approval for surgery.
And it's like, how am I gonna do this without the shot? I don't want anything to get in the way of me getting this surgery at all.
Nisha meets up with her foodie friend Bree for lunch and she loves eating with her because she can eat whatever she wants. Whereas when she's at home, she has to be mindful of Jazz.
I want rice and udon, but I want shrimp, chicken, and steak. And can I get some extra butter?
Make mine like you made hers.
So while she's out with Bree, she talks about her combined birthday trip with Jazz to the woods. They invited a few of their girlfriends. They're going to go camping. Even though Nisha hates to camp, she knows Jazz used to love camping when she was a kid. She used to go camping with her grandparents all the time. And that's why they're going camping. But I was thinking like, okay, that's really sweet. But if I were her, I would run it by Jazz. Because yeah, she might have loved camping when she was a kid, but now is a different story. I mean, she barely enjoys getting out of the house and going into the car because it's so much work for her. It is so straining on her body. How the hell is she going to get around in the woods?
I'm just hoping that if we go on this trip, it could kind of like lift her spirits a little bit. I just want a good weekend where we could just not worry about anything but having fun.
So they get their food and it's like this udon beef shrimp bowl with extra garlic butter, and I could almost smell that through the screen. I mean, I love food. I am a foodie as well. So like anytime there's food, I'm just like so invested and so interested.
We can't let our girl go out like that.
But anyway, they talk about their love lives, particularly Nisha's. Now remember, Nisha got on a dating app so she could move on from her 20-year situationship with Joel, but he happened to find her profile, saw the gorgeous picture she posted, and hit her up. He's like that toxic ex, you know, the one where you start to move on from and then he pops up just as you're about to move on and he tries to slither his way in.
Joe was creeping on my dating profile.
Oh, hell no.
And he like, what you doing? Where you going? If I get attention on social media from someone, he blows me up.
every time.
Except for this time, he actually asked her out on a date, like a proper date. He's gonna take her out. And she agreed to it, and she's determined to get all her answers. Like, are they gonna make things official? Are they gonna date, be exclusive, or not? Because she cannot be doing this situationship any longer.
I need to know if we're gonna be together or we're just gonna be friends.
Jazz gives a weight update. She's 547 pounds, just 47 pounds away from her goal weight to get approved for surgery. So even though the shots have been making her feel like absolute hell on earth, she's gonna keep taking them.
The shot has been making me feel like it really has. But it's worth the sacrifice. I'm still a work in progress, but it's a long journey.
So anyway, it's time for Nisha's date with Joel. They meet up at a restaurant. She goes inside. She sees him. She walks up to him. He's at a table where there's a very large wrinkly tablecloth. One end of the tablecloth is hanging, literally touching the floor. And there's a small candle in the center with a flower. And it just, I don't know, it just kind of looked sloppily done. And she wishes he just took her to a nicer restaurant. Like, she's not asking for a 5-star restaurant.
You could have just took me to a nicer place instead of taking me to a less nice place and then trying to make it nice.
Even a Chili's would have been better, a Cheesecake Factory. If he's okay spending a little extra money, he could have taken her to a Fleming's. Is that too expensive, though, for a first date? You know what? No, it's not, because they have been in a situationship for 20 years. Okay, they've known each other for 20 years. If he wanted to take her out on a date, he could have at least taken her to a Fleming's. She sits right next to him, and she doesn't look too happy, which, let's be real, I would feel the same way. So I don't blame her.
You ain't got to sit that far away.
I don't know yet.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure. This is a lot.
No, it's not. It's just, look.
You don't be doing stuff like this.
And then she asks him why he suddenly asked her out on a date despite hooking up for 20 years. I don't know, Nisha, maybe because you technically asked him out first? Remember that? Remember when he was fixing the bed for Nana? And she was like, so when are you going to finally ask me out, Joel? And he was like, gotta go back to the bed. But he answers and he goes, well, I figured why not? Wrong answer, bro. And she goes, I want to be exclusive though. And he goes, well, I thought we already had a cool thing going.
Like together in a relationship, like.
Exclusively?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I thought we were kind of had a thing going.
Again, wrong answer. And then she's like, okay, but I'm ready for like a boyfriend-girlfriend exclusive type of situation. But why do we have to put a title on it though? Wrong answer. Yet again, 3 strikes. You're out, Joel.
Like, it's homeboy and homegirl.
I don't know why you want to put a title on it. I think we've kind of been cool for the last 20 years or so, right?
She's annoyed and she asks him, why'd you even invite me out on a date if you don't want to date exclusively? And he goes, 'cause you like dates, so I figured I'd take you out on one. Oh my God, his answers to these questions are so bleh.
Well, now that's awkward.
Oh my God, can it be any more obvious that he just wants to be friends with benefits and nothing more? Which is his right. Like, he's allowed to want that and nothing more. But Nisha has to move on and find herself a man who's ready for commitment, because ultimately that is what she's looking for, and Joel cannot provide that.
So you don't want anything more?
I mean, I like what we have right now.
So Nisha's confused as to why he even made an effort getting her flowers, setting up this dinner table, trying to be romantic, if he just wanted to be friends with benefits. And in my professional potato opinion, I think producers told him to do it. I think they were like, listen, Joel, if you want a $75 Amazon gift card, all you have to do is ask her out and like set this up. And he was like, okay. The reason why I feel like Nisha needs to cut him off is because he wants something more and he doesn't. And he's being toxic by constantly keeping her on a string and hitting her up every single time she's about to move on. He literally admits to doing this.
I feel like the only reason why you brought me here was because I was going out with somebody else.
I mean, it was a little part, but no, that wasn't the only reason.
I like to date with a purpose.
I don't know what else you really want me to tell you.
She feels embarrassed now, and she feels like he's playing with her feelings, and she's hurt. And he's like, I don't know. I thought we knew what this was.
This is the best I can do right now, so this is just where it's going to be. If it's either going to be here or not. It kind of bothered me. Like, I thought that was already known.
She gets home from her date. She tells Jazz all about it. And Jazz is like, girl, it is time for you to move on.
I got your back like a bra strap.
That's tight.
All right, it's time to start packing for their camping trip. And Nisha talks about wanting to bake a funfetti cake with frosting, chocolate chip cookies. And Jazz is nauseous. by just thinking about all that food and all that sugar. She has zero appetite. And not only that, but like just thinking about food in general makes her feel sick.
I don't want none of that.
You gotta eat some more food.
I can't stand to look at food.
I know, but like you need to eat food in order for you to feel better.
And I'm thinking that's not good. I know that's why some people take the GLP-1 so that they don't have to eat. But in my professional potato opinion, that is low-key fueling an ED, but that's a conversation for a different day. But yeah, the fact that Jazz can't even think about food without getting sick is alarming to me. Actually, maybe it's just the sugary, fatty foods that make her feel sick, because she did end up saying that she'd rather eat fruit. So I don't know. It's unclear.
Little chicken leg, chicken thigh,
Ice water me.
little fat back hog maw.
Get some fruit.
Wait a damn minute. Then maybe I need to go up a dose, because I still eat all the junk food. I still crave the junk food. I still have a big ass appetite. Maybe I should talk to my doctor about it. Anyway, Nisha is getting visibly annoyed that Jazz doesn't want to partake in the cupcakes and the cookies. When she hears that Jazz wants to eat fruit, that just pushes her over the edge. I mean, she starts going off. This is what happens when your friend decides to go on a weight loss journey. Like, she was losing her shit.
This is what happens when your friend decides that they want to be on a weight loss
when
journey.
your friend
All
decides
of
that
a
your friend.
sudden.
No, when your friend decides that she want to be healthy.
Then Jazz sets her straight by saying, no, I want to be healthy because I want to live a longer life, and so should you, because you're my friend and I love you and I want you to live a longer life with me.
All of a sudden, she wants a salon.
And she wants to live, and she wants her fat ass friend to live too.
You know what? Period. Now it's time for the girls to go on their camping birthday trip from hell. It's Jazz, Nisha, and 3 of their girlfriends. Unfortunately, Jazz woke up with excruciating pain, but she's powering through.
You okay?
Today is not the best morning. I have excruciating pain on my knee. I'm doing my best to try to keep a smile on my face.
There is no way in hell anybody could make me go on a camping trip if I have excruciating pain anywhere. Hell, I don't even go anywhere when I get my period. If I have plans and I get my period, I'm like, sorry, can't go. Well, everybody gets in the car and Nisha drives them to Big Bear. We learn that Nisha actually has PTSD from camping in the cult. Apparently, the cults camp all the time. They love to go camping.
Really didn't want to go because, you know, the whole cult thing.
What do the cult thing got to do with camping?
We went camping all the time.
So why the hell are they even doing this camping trip? Like, what kind of birthday trip is this? Nisha really did not have to take them camping. As they're driving up and up and up, the altitude is making Jazz's knee pain worse. And on top of that, she's getting car sick. She's trying not to throw up.
Slow down.
I'm trying.
I'm trying not to throw the up.
I already know, girl.
They finally get to their cabin, but Jazz is really not doing well. Her pain is so bad. She can't move. She starts crying. She rests in the car for a little bit while the other girls move all the luggage inside the cabin. They do a tour of the cabin and everything is so little and everything's so close together. The beds are tiny. The bathroom's tiny. I mean, there's really no space.
It's not for fat people.
Meanwhile, Jazz is still in the car. She's crying because she is in so much pain.
I am in horrible pain.
And I don't understand why a producer didn't drive her home. Like, she should have had the option to go home, honestly. I felt so bad for her. She's like, I'm trying really hard not to be a bitch, but I'm just in so much pain. And I'm like, girl, you are the nicest person in pain I've ever seen in my life. I would have thrown the biggest bitch fit. I would have pulled a Tammy Slayton circa 2022 on her family vacation to the woods. Do you guys remember that?
I want to go home. I didn't want to come here.
You're gonna have to come in because we ain't going home
You're gonna
tonight.
get out of my face.
I'm not in your face. I'm just
Leave
standing
me
here talking.
alone.
One of their friends lets Nisha know that Jazz is not feeling well, so she's going to stay in the car, and Nisha gets annoyed because not only did she plan this trip when she didn't even want to go to the woods in the first place, she did the driving, she did the planning, she did the packing. Now she's going to do all the cooking, and she's probably going to do the cleaning. And Jazz can't pull through and just get out of the van?
I just feel like I'm just putting forth so much effort and now you don't want to get out of the car.
I did not like how Nisha framed it as Jazz refused to get out of the car. Like, come on. So after a few hours, Jazz gets out of the van and into the cabin, and I'm assuming it was a few hours because it went from light to dark. So she gets inside and Nisha's like, I'm sorry, Jazz, no offense, but can we get rid of this stupid scale?
So, can we please get rid of this stupid scale? Sorry, Jazz.
Not trying to hate on your scale, but
Damn. Now, do I think it was a little much for Jazz to bring a scale on a weekend trip? Yeah, I do. But it's ultimately up to her, and as her friend, I wouldn't have made her feel bad about it. Jazz brought it to hold herself accountable, which I get. She is very focused on meeting this weight loss goal so she can get approved for surgery. I mean, that girl is determined. Later that night, Bree joins and she brought some fun birthday crowns. They get the vibes going and Jazz is hanging on by a thread. Nisha makes enchiladas for everybody. They start taking shots. Everybody's enjoying the food except for Jazz. She's kind of playing with her food. She can't really eat. And Nisha is getting annoyed again. She's like, she's not eating again. Oh my God, Nisha's coming off so bitter. She's being so passive aggressive. Now it's time to roast some marshmallows. Jazz is like, I'm going to sit this one out because my leg really hurts and it's really swollen. And Nisha's like, okay. In her confessional, she's very annoyed with Jazz for basically complaining about always being sick because of the shots, yet she's still choosing to stay on the shot.
Happy birthday, Jazz.
Happy birthday.
Yay. Here we go.
In the morning, Nisha makes everybody breakfast. She walks to Jazz's room to hand her a plate and she's like, are you okay? And Jazz goes, no, I'm in so much pain right now. Like, I'm really hurting. Can I get you anything? Like, do you need something? And Jazz is like, no. And Nisha walks out of there and she looks so upset, like really upset. She looks like she's about to break down and cry.
Are you okay?
no.
Do you want to go for a walk?
Are y'all gonna eat? Eat. Go ahead and eat.
And her friend is like, all right, Nisha, let's take a walk because you tend to bottle things in and you're going to blow up. Okay, fine. So they go outside. Nisha vents to her two friends that she's feeling so overwhelmed because she's trying to do everything in her power to make Jazz feel better, to get her to eat and to get her spirits up because ever since being on the shot, she's always sad, she's always depressed, and she's always in pain, and she misses her old friend, just like the happy, the upbeat. It's not about the weight. It's not about the weight, and I do believe Nisha. I really do. But ever since being on the shot, Jazz is just so sad and down all the time, and no matter what Nisha tries to do to make her feel better, it's not working. Well, that's it for this recap. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye. Put it to the side. I mean, I have to admit, once I learned that protein intake was important, I didn't take it that seriously until very recently because I noticed I was so tired, you guys. I'm like so exhausted and my back pain is killing me. So then I normally get Factor meals, so I chose their high protein line. And then for extra protein intake, I actually started drinking bone broth. It's just like an easy way for me, like especially in the morning, like I don't feel like eating, but I need to like eat something. So I'll drink bone broth because it's like 19 grams of protein. So yeah, I just recently started taking my protein intake seriously. So I don't know if it's made a difference yet, but I need to start working out. And I don't think Jazz is doing her protein or her workouts, which is exactly, but yeah, my lower back has been killing me for the past, since 2018, I want to say. And then with I think I lost like 40, probably more. I don't know. I can't do the math in my head right now. And I haven't weighed myself super recently, but I definitely lost at least 40 pounds and my back pain is still the same, if not worse. So I don't know what's going on. I definitely need to go see a doctor and get some x-rays done because before it was the right side of my lower back and now it is my right side and my left side. And every time I move it, it like cracks. It goes like... Does anyone know what that is? Any medical professionals out there? I am going to go see a doc, but if you have any opinions, let me know down in the comments.